Hello, guys. How are you? And this is AF21's Journey, Chapter 8. My first start in my college career, not just in my college career. Well, in Whedon as a freshman. First start, first game, everything. I'll walk you guys a little bit through preseason and tell you how I ended up winning my spot. It will be a quick 10-15 minute story that I will be telling you about. So first, I'll tell you how I arrived and about how I recovered from my injury. So August 8th, I got the cleared medical clearance to play. I was hugging the doctor and everything. I was super, super, super happy about this. I didn't know how important this was until later, but in the moment, I was still extremely happy. I just wanted to play. I wanted to compete. I wanted to win. I wanted to win my spot. I wanted to score. I wanted to do everything. It was all super fast. So August 16th was the report day. I was allowed to get one day early, so my whole family came, and it was really exciting. Everyone came to drop me off. The five of us, my mom, my dad, Santiago, and Eduardo, my two brothers, and I arrived, and the first thing we did was beep test. So then we're doing the beep test, and I mean, I present myself. I see the strikers that are there. One was Sean McCall. The other one was Avery Santoro, which was a freshman, just like myself. So we were only three. Oh, and Brandon Hall, who was a junior, eh, but he ended up leaving the team due to playing time. So we do the beep test, and as soon as the beep test starts, I'm not as fit as I should be. I wasn't able to train. I was injured, but I was still going. In my head, I had to be both of the strikers. So I kept going and going and going and going and going. And as soon as I was about to faint, but as soon as I see the two strikers get out, I got out. I was a little more calm. I was exhausted, but we were in that fit of a team. I think I had a 12.7, and the other strikers like a 12.4, 12.2. The highest one was like a 14.4, and Coach Wagner emphasized how important it was the for us to be fit for the style of play that we wanted to do. Then we had the blue and white game. I started on the bench, and nothing. I came in, and obviously I showed glimpse of my quality. I played as a striker and attacking midfielder. As an attacking midfielder, I felt a little more comfortable. I got more of the ball. I tried to combine. I was between lines as a striker. It was a little tougher for me the beginning, but I didn't play a good game. Let's not say I didn't play a good game. I played horrible. I played horrible, and my competition, one of the new strikers, scored a hat trick, and we lost 4-0. It couldn't have been a worse start. I wanted to. Obviously, you're competing, you're going, and they're your teammates. But at the end of the day, in football, you go there to win your spot. So then I started getting the first week. The first week was really tough for me. It was two times a day training, and even though I was having fun with the ball and stuff, it was still the rhythm, and it's a new environment. I saw. I wasn't technically. I wasn't like super impressed with the quality, except for a couple players that really impressed me. Jack Russo and Troy Matos were the two that impressed me the most technically. But the speed of play and the athleticism took me by surprise. I was like, okay, this is how it is. I didn't take it like I was overwhelmed. I was just excited to play at a higher level. It felt better. It felt harder. So obviously, it was somewhat frustrating that you couldn't do the same things you were able to do in high school, but it felt like the things you were doing had much more value, much more not impact, but much more weight. To feel that little ego of mine. So nothing. So in the first game we were playing Stonehill, the first scrimmage, and Avery was starting. he earned it completely. You don't just score a hat trick on your first game and start on the bench. But once I saw he was starting, I was like, okay, so the senior Sean is not. Apparently, he's a super sub. So I was like, okay, this is doable. Like I can start. All I have to do is earn my way in. Then then the scrimmage started. The field was. I mean, I'm not gonna say horrible. I played in worse, but the grass was very long, so it was tough to move the ball fast. But that was the first time that I actually showed my quality. I was dribbling through players. My pressing was good. The way that I would press the center backs and scare them, and my dribbling. I was going through players, and then there was one play in that game that I received the ball. I was playing attacking midfielder. I received the ball. I turned the guy and slipped the left winger 1-on-1. I remember that a couple of my teammates was like, "Whoa, I didn't know that you could play like that." I'm like, okay, okay, this guy can play. So I started feeling better and better and better. And the worst part is that I got a chance and I missed it. I was mad the whole day, and the next one on the ball until training. It was really, really, really tough missing the chance because I thought I was like, dude, that was a perfect start. But at the end, I was able to still, I show my quality. Then the next scrimmage, and we tied 0-0. Then the next scrimmage, we won 1-0 in minute 90. And I played better. I played again good. My control under pressure, uh, between players, no matter how hard the ball, my first touch, I was getting to show my technical ability, my intelligence, my movement. This game I didn't play attacking midfielder. I played more as a striker, and again I missed another chance right in front of me. Yeah, it was tough. I had a meeting with Wagner. He said that he liked what he started to see, and then I remember he started complaining about, oh, but this guy could have given me here. This guy could have given, and he was like, you need to focus on what you can control. And that little by little, I stopped trying to victimize myself into like, oh, this guy could have done this. Like, yeah, like you're gonna get exhausted if you think like that. You can't fix everyone's problem. You gotta just focus on your own and do the best you can do. Watch the film, improve, and that's it. But both of the coaches gave me good feedback after the preseason was starting, and I was already in the lineup a couple times in the when we were doing attack versus defense, and the team was playing good to my advantage. I was able, the center backs would follow me, and then I would kind of turn, and since the center back's out of position, I was able to slip players or maybe also just hold the ball and play one touch. So from there, coach started seeing me more as a striker, even though I felt more comfortable in attacking midfielder at the time. I liked striker more at the time, but in the games that I played, I felt more comfortable attacking midfielder with the ball. Without it, I rather striker because I like pressing more the defenders and the goalkeeper because they kind of freak out how I go and move them to a side and force them to kick it long, like, because if you lose the ball in the back line or in the goal, it's a goal. So I knew how to mess them up with those abilities. So without the ball, I felt more comfortable at striker. So just like that, I ended up winning my spot, and I earned my way into the starting lineup for the first game. I was really, really excited. I saw the lineup. No, no, I knew I was gonna be because we already talked about it. But when you see the lineup and you see your name, you get really excited. I was a little nervous. It was back-to-back games. We played Colby Sawyer, and we also played the next day Norwich. But the Colby Sawyer game was my first start. The first half, I didn't have a good first half, even though I had glimpses of of good plays that I did. You know, the team wasn't that good. that we played against, we were much better. It's not that they weren't that good; we were just much better. And in the second half, I truly was enjoying myself. I kept receiving the ball from the left back, who was Ben DeSena at the time, and I was just so open. So I was turning, playing, moving. I was making stuff happen, creating, dribbling, and then Ben stopped passing it to me because he was like, "Nah, this is too easy." So he wanted to try something new. Like the game was kind of already done. We're 3-0 winning, and then I got taken out. I was mad, but we had a game the next day. I had a long shot from like 30 meters, if you could see in my Instagram reel, my YouTube short. So it was it was great. It was a great start. I earned my way in, and I earned my way into the starting lineup, and I was very proud of myself for that. But I knew we were just getting started, and nothing. I'll end the chapter here. This is chapter 8. We're gonna keep progressing into more chapters so you guys hear a little bit more of my story. So please tune in and stay for next week. You'll see chapter 9, which will be you'll see soon. See you guys later. Bye bye.